Welcome back to another episode of Hard and Uncut, and we are just coming through the atmosphere at pace right now. We're actually burning off a bit of fuel and getting nice and low in the atmosphere because we're just going to land. So last episode we went to Minmus. Well, we came back from Minmus. We got some science. We actually spent a lot of the episode just coming back. I don't think it was an entirely successful episode, but it did all right. We did okay. We've got a world's first. What's that? Going somewhere, doing something. I don't know. We'll get the parachute deployed. We're going reasonably slowly. We'll probably lose the engine, possibly the tank, possibly the solar panels, but we will get a nice fresh ablator that we have not used, so that's good. Potentially didn't need to put a ablator on this craft. We'll just speed this up down here. This episode, we're going to gather all this science. We're going to see where we are funding-wise. I'm assuming we're going to be still quite a bit short of what we need. We could get quite a lot of science out of this, though, so that'll be quite interesting. There we go, get rid of that nice and early. It was quite heavy and we were getting a bit of speed build up there, so we just decouple that through there, and there we are down. Right, let us recover. That was a bit of a moment. Oh, we've got another world's first. You've returned from a flyby of Minmus 17,000. So we're getting all these little world firsts. I quite like that. So would I have got those? We'll recover the vessel. Would I have got those if we'd have gone and orbited or landed? Would it still give me the world first for a flyby return? Are we actually going to maximize our money doing 3 flights or 2 flights instead of one that does everything? I don't know. Okay, that's a big chunk of science. That's nice, isn't it? Oh yeah, that's good. That's more like it. That's more like it. Up to level 2 now. That's nice. So, oh, we've got another. What's this? Gathered the first scientific data from Minmus. Yes, thank you very much. We can only go up to 100 limit on our points, and we're not going to have money for that for a while. This requires 450. That's our next target. We could go into planetary and stuff and things, but yeah, let's spend a bit of science first of all. Well, what do we want? I would really like these engines. I want bigger stuff. If I go bigger, potentially we can just send bigger things into planetary, maybe. Alternatively, we could go miniaturization and get the docking. That's what I wanted. The docking port junior. That's good. And then we've also got this stuff, which is Probodobodyne Control Center. Have we got anything over here? We've got the goo. We've got communications. Where's the communications thing at? Is that's the weather analyzer? Is it over here? Nope, I do not see it. Does anybody know where the communications? I think it's further along, is it? Where are you? The ability to communicate would be quite handy because they're pretty useless without it. Right, so comment down. Oh, there, is that it? Ground. Oh, we've got to go all the way to there. Okay, so I can't do that. I can't do anything in that row. So I think we just we're looking at spending stuff in this row. So we're going to start at the top. I'm going to go for those engines and these. Now remember, this is not just meaning I can get them because I now have to pay to access them. So we can now get the skipper, which gives us a big grunt off the start. We can get the Pollux, which would be a nice addition, or the kickback. Those would be a possibility. Those of you who are wondering, yes, we are going to... No, we're not. We still haven't got the launch clamps. We'll get them next time. All right. Missions. What have we got? Hello. Seriously? Plant a flag on Minmus? Science data from... So does that I need to transmit or receive? Okay, we'll get a flag around Minmus. Oh, we need to get rid of some things. So launch... Terrier on the launch site. Ant landed. Oh, okay. I forgot that was landed. Going to do that destination. How long have I got for that? 4 years. Right, so I need to get the decoupler and the Terrier. Let's go and do that quickly. We just need to get the decoupler and a Terrier. So we'll put one of these down, and I want a Terrier. And you know what? I could potentially... I wonder if I could do the ant as well. Stick the ant like that. And then where's the decoupler? Which decoupler was it? No, I can't do that because I think you actually have to. You have to reach like so you have to move. You basically have to move if you're going to do the landed bit. I don't know if it counts or not. Right, I need the decoupler. Which one was it? Which decoupler were you? 12. That's that one there. Okay. Right, we'll launch that. Nice and easy. It's perfect. So we just need to fire this off and then we're done. And now I need to get away. I've just realized I'll need to get away from the screen pretty quickly because that decoupler will come back down if I remember. No, because there's nothing on top of it. That's okay. Done that. Fire the engine. Good. Get rid of there. recover vessel. And we get our funds back. We should get most of our funds back for that experiment, I believe. Right, where are we? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Got things to do, got things to do. Get that back, wonderful. Right, now we can take plant a flag on Minmus. The green sandstone, now where is that? That is worth a lot. That is worth a lot, isn't it? I think we take that. Although it does mean we're going to limit ourselves. So we need surface data and flag and science from there. So we want science from the surface of the moon, which is not going to happen this time. Flag on Minmus. We're waiting for a couple of moon things to come up. So flag on Minmus and science from space around Minmus. We'll go for the science space around Minmus this time. And then we've also got the 2 crew between vessels. We're going to have to do that at some point. We may end up doing a mission where we do sort of bits and bobs. This is going to be okay for 3 days. It's got 12 years on it. I don't really want to go hunting because that's a nightmare to actually do. I'd have to get a rover, so we're going to leave it for now, I think. Splashdown, destination. Right, let's go get some science from our Minmus. We're going to orbit Minmus this time. I should really land. I should land, but we don't have the stuff I would want to land because, to put it quite simply, I don't have landing legs I can put on this thing at the same time as science equipment. So I could strip all the science off and just go and get a sample. You know what? Yeah, I think that's what we have to do. I do wonder whether I can land, but if I get out, this thing will tipple over without landing legs potentially on Minmus, particularly because of the fact that, I think we have to. I think I have to go for it. Right, let's do this. 4 of them. Don't really need 4, but we'll do that anyway. Right, where is this? Right, that's where I need to be to. Okay, we're going to go to about there. That should be good. We're going to put our dampers. Let's see. Start retracted. Springs. We're going to have spring strength maximum, dampers maximum. We don't want it wobbling. There we go. All right, and then I need to keep the EVA pack. We can keep all that stuff in there now because, of course, we can actually use it. Right, crew on board. Just Berlin. We have 2 tourists and we've got the engineer there. But, yeah, we'll talk about names and stuff in the next episode, I think, because I've got an idea. But anyway, I think we're ready to go. Oh, what are we over on? Parts. How am I over? Oh, I didn't remove the thermometer. Well, I was just trying to sneak it in there, okay? It's not my fault. Do I need a heat? Yeah, we will need a heat shield for this one because we're not going to have extra fuel. Right, so save that and launch it. Let's go. So, still don't have launch clamps, but then again, launch clamps would take up part of our part allowance. I think they count towards it. I'm not entirely sure. So, here we are, all ready. You'll notice it's been rotated on the pad again, so it's nice and perfect. So there we go, get going. Wonderful. Oh, we now have all of these maneuver notes. Oh, these guidances. That's lovely, actually. Yeah, wonderful. We're going to go up. I'm going to get to about, I don't know, 100 and turn. No, we'll start turning now, actually. Last time we didn't do too badly on the old turning, did we? There we go. We do seem to be not quite on center. I think that's because something to do with the launch profile. I'm not entirely sure, if I'm honest. We're going to have to do an inclination change anyway, so it's not a massive issue. Let us speed it up a bit, actually. Right, when we get into the thicker stuff, we will probably need to just pull that back, and we're going to do that like so. We want to get through the thick stuff a little bit. There we go. So now we're through the thickish stuff. I can actually ramp the engines up again, and we can get going. And what I'm looking for is I want this to be, let's pull this down. There we go. This not getting up too high. We're going to do that. I'm going to decouple those. Oh, that could have gone horribly wrong because I should have had the engine still run. Note to self, continue to run the engine. Right, we have got ourselves a little roll going on, but that's okay. Right, there we are. I'm actually happy in just doing this. I think we can just, with this craft in particular, we can actually just sit on the prograde marker and just take ourselves up into orbit, like we did last time. We've got a lot of fuel left on this stage. We've got a lot of Delta V, pocketed. But I'm gonna tilt us. There we go, just to there. And just gonna let that power up. And you can see our apoapsis isn't going up very much, but our periapsis is really starting to pull up. So what we'll do is we'll stop this about now, and then we'll come into the map view and get this up and sorted. So there we go. I'm gonna just warp it. We're gonna do old school. Warp it 3 times. Make it 4 times. And then I want to be on the prograde. Of course, we were outside of being able to time warp properly there when I hit the time warp, so it was actually just doing physical time warp, which we were already doing, so it didn't really look as though we were doing anything. Right, we're on 10. There we go. Please rotate the craft just a smidgen for me. Give me a little bit of that, and then I don't know, maybe now fire the engines full power. There we go. Right, superb. And what we're doing now is we're actually just, and I can pop that onto there, we're just sitting at pretty much our apoapsis, burning sideways because that's what we do. There we go. We're going to see here, our apoapsis is going to go up a bit, but I'm not really too worried about it. I'm just waiting for this to kick on up and get to there. Right, not a perfect little orbit, but you know what? We've had worse. So we're going to set as target, and let's have a look. You know what? This might be time for perfect little. It might be a perfect little without plane change, which would be hilarious because we were trying to do that last time. In fact, you can see it's close. Yeah, it is very close. So yeah, I think we're just gonna let's do focus view. What's it looking like there? Interessant. So I'm actually going to do that, and we'll do some fiddling with it. In fact, let's do maneuver. Let's do the fiddling now because we've got 2 minutes. So we're going to be en route, I think, at the end of this episode. What do I want to achieve? I want to get this closer, so we're going to do a bit of that, which is too far that way, and that one's too far that way. So we're going to go this way, and then we're going to pull this back, and then there we go. So it's taking it down to there. And that's having minimal effect. We could actually just pull that up. There we go. And what we can do is see the numbers and go, I just want to put a 0 on there. Alright. We could go polar. Yeah, if we went into a polar orbit, pulled it in, and then I can actually choose my landing site on the equator, ideally, in the next episode. And then... yeah, and then we can do all the landing somewhere ideally flat, but it doesn't really matter where. Also, if we're polar, we can actually do some EVAs over multiple biomes, which would be brilliant. Yeah, that's a good idea. So let's do that. Let's bring it into the domain, as it were. We know that this burn is actually going to be pretty much prograde, so we can actually hit the prograde marker before we actually, or while we're doing our time warp, and we know it's going to pull us around to roughly the right place. Yeah, it's very... why? Always doing our burns on the dark side. That's perfect. Right. Let's have a look. Berlin, are we ready? Are we ready, Berlin? Are we ready for this? I know you've done this before. You're getting pretty bored by it now, aren't you? It's common. It's just like, it's going to the shops for you, in fact, yeah. It's I've heard what you're saying. I've taken what you've put down, as it were, and we understand the problem that you think you've got, which is that you're getting bored, so you need to do something else. We are going to try and land this time. And hopefully it's going to be a better landing than maybe the moon mission was, because that was special, wasn't it? That was yeah. And fire, right. So this burn time is supposedly going to be 1:05, and this episode has got about a minute left on it. So it's going to be touch and go as to whether this burn actually finishes before the end of the episode. We will see. We may do some of our refinements at the start of the next episode. Hello, thank you very much. There we go. Right, we've got about 48 seconds of burn and 41 seconds of episode, and because I can, we're going to extend our legs, just because now this is the most stupidest way of doing things ever, because potentially in real life wouldn't do it. Look at that, going to get hot, aren't they? Well, I don't know if they are or not, actually. Somebody, if you work in the space industry, is that be a problem? Would that be a problem? I assume this plume would normally bow out quite considerably with lack of air pressure and so forth, so it'd be interesting to know, actually. Alright, I think this burn is going to come very tight to our alarm, and I really don't want to have to stop it in the middle of the burn, but I think it's going to happen. It's going to... Yeah, so from me, until next time, have a great one.